All right, good morning. We finished our 10 minutes of rolling. Just a little note, if you have a resistance band, a small blue from Elite, that would be fantastic. We're going to be using that for our 3-band circuit before our stacker this morning. So we'll start out in plank to down dog. So however you want to get there, forward fold, walk out to plank. You can always do a deep squat, walk out to plank. And then from there, you're going to bring those hips right up to the ceiling. Push those heels down. You can alternate bent knees to give yourself a little calf stretch before you go back into that plank position. Feet should be at least hip distance wide. You can always bring them out wider if that feels more comfortable. Head stays pointing down at the floor. Big stretch through your arms. Fingers are wide. Shoulders are warming up. Each time you go back into that down dog position, try and bring your heels down to the floor. Even more. Deepening that stretch through your shoulders. We'll go one more time in each position, and then we'll drop down onto all fours for a cat-cow. So bring your hands in directly underneath your shoulders. Fingers stay wide. Tops of the feet pressed into the mat. You're in that neutral spine position. And then you dip. Head raises, tailbone raises. You can, of course, start out in either position, cat or cow, going as deep as you're comfortable with in each of those positions. Big stretches through your spine. Don't forget to breathe. Big inhales and exhales. Warming up and welcoming your Monday morning. So glad to have you guys here with me. Or maybe you're watching this recording on a different day, different hour. Bright and early here. One more time in each direction, and then we are going to add in that neutral spine position, opposite leg, opposite arm lift. So left arm, right leg, find your stability in your right arm, left leg that are on the floor. And then we're just going to lift. So keeping that right hip pointed down at the mat. Big extension, big lift. And then we're going to bring it in for a crunch underneath. So in between, we're going to crunch elbow to knee on the same side. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to crunch and extend. Left elbow to right knee. Still keeping that stability on your right hand, left knee, left leg. Crunch and extend. 3 more. Last one. And bring them back down. All right, finding your stability on your right hand. This time we're going to lift, other side. Left leg, right hand. Find your stability on your left hand and just lift. Right knee pressed into the mat. That right hip is staying pointed down at the mat. Head looking down. Do the same thing on this side. We're going to add the crunch. 3 more lifts. And then bring that elbow in, knee in, and extend. Do this at your own pace. Finding that stability. Big crunch, big extension. Three more. And bring your hand and your knee back down. From here, we're going to curl our toes under. Actually, maybe a little wrist stretch real quick. Bring those fingers in. Tops of your hands are pressed into the floor. Then bring your palms back down. Fingers wide. Curl your toes in, and we're going to lift our knees into that neutral spine plank position. So knees are hovering, and we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Core tight. Neutral spine plank or bear crawl position. Just lifting and lowering. 3, 2, 1. Bring them down. Wrist stretch one more time. Uncurl those toes. All right, we're going to go down onto our belly. Modified cobra. So legs are extended. Arms are at that 45. We're going to lift. Just a slight torso lift. Head stays pointed down at the mat. External rotation. Thumbs up to the ceiling and back down. So each lift and each external rotation, we're squeezing and pulling those shoulder blades back and down. Keep the space underneath your belly button nice and light. If you want a picture of blueberry underneath your belly button, keeping that area light. Slight lift of the torso. Breathe. 3 more. Tops of the feet are pressed into the floor. Last one. And go ahead and slide back into child's pose. Stretch, and then we're going to flip over onto our back. Pulsing bridge. Last couple of exercises right here before we get into our first 30-10 circuit. So we're just pulsing our bridge. We're going to be here with that resistance band on for our first circuit. But right now we're just pulsing. Big squeeze the top, tap down, right back up. Even try and come higher each time, up onto the shoulder blades. Breathing. 3 more. 2, 1, and hug those knees in. We're just going to do a little ab work right now before we go into that first circuit. So we'll just do a single leg stretch. So keeping one knee hugged in, the other leg extends. Breathe nice and slow, just going at your own pace here. Keeping that foot flexed. The leg that's extending and pushing out towards that other wall. The other knee is coming into your chest. Lower abdominals working here to pull that leg in. We're going to go straight leg stretch next. Nice and tall with the leg and switching. One leg lowering, one leg raising. You're reaching up high behind the calf, behind the ankles. Elbows are wide. Straight leg stretch. We're going to go double leg stretch next. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, switch. Both knees in, both arms and legs extend. Keeping that lower back pressed into the mat. Fantastic. You can keep your head and neck down on the mat, or you can keep them up. Getting a little bit more of upper abdominal work when you have your arms or when you have your head lifted. 3 more. And resting, hug those knees in, a little rock side to side. While you're here stretching, I'm going to demo really quickly. We're going to go right into these 3 exercises. Go ahead and grab that band. We're just going to keep it on for all 3, even though we won't be using it. Well, actually, we will be using it for each 3. So, man, above your knees, we're going to go right back into that pulsing bridge. So heels planted, toes to the ceiling, arms in the 45. You can grip your mat. You can go post your arms. We're going to tap down, bring your hips up, and then we're going to pulse our knees out. Down, up, knees out. I may change this on the second round. We're just going to do this for 30 seconds. Okay? You may stay up and just pulse out also. Then we're going to come to a crunch. So feet planted firmly on the floor. We're going to press our knees out, or we're going to crunch up. So we are using that band, pressing against the resistance outside of our legs, and we're just crunching up. You can also be in that tabletop, but you won't have as much resistance to be able to press against if you don't have your feet on the floor. So your choice on that one. Then we're going to come up to standing lateral band walk. 2 to one side, 2 to the other. All right, so pulsing bridge, knees out to start. We're starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Hips up, knees out. Tap back down. We're going 4 rounds through. I may change this pulse each time. We may do a butterfly bridge. We'll have a little 10-second rest before our crunches. 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees in. Little rock side to side. So feet can be firmly planted on the floor. Press those legs out. We're starting that crunch. Here we go. Hands just resting lightly on the sides of the head. Popping those shoulder blades up. Coming up for our lateral band walk next. 5 more seconds here. 2, 1, resting. Hug those knees in and rock up to a seated position, up to standing. Starting in 3, 2, 1, 30-second lateral band walk, staying nice and low. Stepping as wide as you can. 2 or 3 steps to each side. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, back down to our mat. This time we're going to stay up in that high bridge, heels planted, hips up, and we're just pulsing out with those knees. Hips up, hips stay up. We're not bringing them down at all. Pulsing out. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees in. Crunching again. So you can stay in that tabletop position or feet planted firmly. And we're crunching. 30 seconds. Feet planted. Knees pressing out against that band. That's it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Hook those knees in. Bring it up. Lateral band walk. And a 2 right here. Let's go. 30 seconds. Stay low, low in the legs. 10 seconds to go. Round 3, we're going to go into a butterfly bridge. And resting, come back down to the mat. Balls of the feet together, knees out wide. We're going to pulse our bridge from this position. Here we go. Balls of the feet together, knees out wide, pressing against that resistance band, and you're pulsing up and down. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Crunches are next. And we're working crunches. One last round after our lateral band walks. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. All right, we're there. Walking. Here we go. Side to side. Going back to those butterfly bridges. Five seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down to the mat. Last round through. Balls of the feet together. Knees out wide. Let's pulse our bridge. Here we go. 30 seconds. Let's stay up for 3 squeezes at the top. 1 tap down, back up. Pressing against that band. We got 10 seconds left. More crunches coming up. 3, 2, 1. Bring that bridge down, hug those knees in. Again, either tabletop or feet flat on the floor. We're crunching. Here we go. One more time for our lateral band walks. And then we'll move on to our stacker for the morning. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees in. Come up to standing. Last time for our lateral band walks. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Try and spread those legs wider each time, pushing against that band. Three, 2, 1. Slide that band off. Great job, you guys. Keep moving. Get a sip of water if you need it. I'm going to do a quick demo. 5 exercises we're going to stack. We're going to do ladder style, starting with 12, 10, 8, 4, 6, or 6, 4 rather. See how far we can get. Starting out with that goblet clean. So hands on gripping the top of the dumbbell. You're gonna come down, nice flat back, come up here. So that dumbbell is gonna slide into the ball or the palm of your hand. And then you're gonna release it, gripping with fingers, all the way down, all the way up. So your goblet clean, nice flat back, then gripping the balls or the heads of the dumbbell. We're gonna go into that halo. So all the way around the head to the opposite hip, all the way back around. Nice soft bend in your knees, keeping that stability. So first ladder is 12, so we'll go 6 times in each direction, right? 12 total. Then we're coming into a dumbbell chop. So 12 chops. If you have a kettlebell, you can absolutely do kettlebell swing. Goblet squat next. Up here nice and high, feet just outside hip distance. Goblet squat. And last is our Russian twist. So we're gonna build how Stacker works. 12 goblet cleans, 12 halos, 12 goblet cleans, 12 dumbbell or kettlebell swings, 12 halos, 12 goblet swings or goblet cleans, goblet squat, and then adding in that Russian twist. So we'll try and stay together, try and go about 30 seconds per exercise. All right. So starting out with that clean. Feet just outside hip distance, fingers on the tops of that dumbbell. And we're working 30 seconds all the way up to standing, big extension. You're counting. 12. Nice work. All right, we're adding in that halo. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. 12 halos total. And we are working, count them. All the way around the head. As soon as you finish those 12 halos, go back into 12 goblet cleans. Nice job, nice job. Last one for me. All right, going back in to that goblet clean. Maintaining that nice flat back. And back into that halo. Adding in our kettlebell chop or dumbbell chop or kettlebell swing next. Nice. And our goblet clean. $12 total. Great job, you guys. Right, adding in that chop or that swing. Halo. Yes, listen to your body, right? Gets too heavy, lighten that weight. Beautiful. After you're done with those halos, back to that goblet clean. Then we're adding in that goblet squat. Goblet squat. Then back to that chop. Yes. Sitting back in those heels. And then our swing or chop. Woo! Halo after that chop or swing. Really letting your arms drop behind your head. Whew. Two more here. Back to that goblet clean. And then we're adding in our Russian twist. All right, coming down onto the mat, Russian twist. Goblet squat, kettlebell swing, dumbbell swing, halo, goblet clean. Last round through. 12 total. Beautiful. Coming up for that goblet squat. Changed my mind on that weight. 12 squats. Beautiful. Kettlebell swing, dumbbell chop. After that goblet squat. Halos next. Good job. After that Russian twist, you got goblet squats. Whew. After that goblet squat, you got your swing or your chop. Oh, beautiful. Goblet clean, last one. After those halos. Here we go, 12. We're making our way down the ladder, right? 10 reps next. We're gonna have a minute rest. Kevin's got his halos going on next. Woo! Catching up with us, Jill. Minute rest. You earned it. Beautiful job. Job, Kevin. Those halos, goblet cleans. And then you're resting. Sip of water. Whew, so good, so good. Way to push through that. All right, changing up our weights if we need it. We're going back to that goblet clean. When you're done with your cleans from the last round, for those 12, a little bit of a rest. We're gonna start in 20 seconds here. Maybe a quick shoulder stretch. Right arm across your chest, looking over that right shoulder. Chin up, shoulder down. That right arm behind your head. Pushing that head back into your right hand. Left arm comes across your chest. All right, we're gonna start in 15 seconds. 10. So we've got 10 goblet cleans. Then 10 halos, 10 goblet cleans. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Feet are firmly pressed into the ground. Power through those legs. 10 halos when you're ready. 5 in each direction. Back to those goblet cleans. 10 total. We're adding in that swing or that chop. Swing or chop. 10 of them. Back to those halos. Ten total. Back to those goblet cleans. After those halos. All right, we're adding in our goblet squat. 10 total. Sitting back in those heels, picturing that imaginary chair behind you. After those goblet squats, 10 swings, 10 chops. After those 10 chops or swings, 10 halos. Beautiful job, you guys. Using the power of our legs. Goblet cleans after those halos. Russian twist. Finishing off this round. We will stretch after this. If you have time to keep the stacker going, by all means, stay with it. After those 10 Russian twists, 5 per side, coming up for our goblet squat. After that goblet squat, We got our swing, our chop. Ten halos. After those 10 chops, nice and controlled. Soft bend in the knees, protecting our lower back in these halos. Dropping those arms behind the head, feeling that rotation, full rotation. Goblet cleans. Last 10. Power through those legs. Set that dumbbell down when you are done with those 10. If you're moving on, you got 8. Right? We're gonna stretch it out here. Running out of time. 8, 6, 4, 2. Right? Continue that ladder. We're gonna go child's pose. Knees out wide, big toes touching, arms extended. And slowing our breathing, slowing our heart rate. And thanking our body. Nice deep cleansing breaths, moving your hands over to one side whenever you're ready. Getting in that nice side body stretch. You walk your hands to the left, you're stretching your right side body. Back to center. Other side. So important things to remember on those exercises. That's lots of legs, right? Even though we're moving our arms with the weight, the legs are powering us through those movements. So we have to be really cautious, even in those halos, right? Keeping that soft bend. You don't want to have locked out knees and risk hurting your back. Okay, we're coming up into down dog. So curl your toes under, restack your hands, push your hips up nice and high, walk the dog, alternating bent knees, calf stretch. We're gonna go down onto all fours and do a couple of cat cows before we flip over and do our crossbody stretches, our figure 4 from our back. So cat cow whenever you're ready. Being mindful, right, of each position. Even though we just worked out, we're nice and warm, you still want to go into this slow. You don't want to automatically think that, oh boy, I'm all warm. I can really stretch into each position. Hopefully you can, but you still want to be mindful. Keeping the knees stacked under hips, hands stacked under shoulders. One more in each direction, and then we'll go right onto our back. Nice and carefully. Making sure you've got plenty of room around you for figure 4 stretches. Just hug your knees in first. We'll go right ankle over left knee. Reach around the back side of our left leg. Pulling that leg in and pushing out against that right knee with your right elbow. Ankle rotations on that right foot. So figure 4 stretches from our back instead of from that pigeon position on our legs, on our front side. Keep rotating your ankles each direction. Pull that leg in one more time, a little bit deeper, and push out just to deepen that stretch. We'll keep that right knee hugged up as that left knee falls, or left leg falls to the floor. Right knee hugs up and out. And then grab hold of that right knee with your left hand. Bring it over to the left side of your body. Cross body stretch. Just thinking about how this position feels. Your gaze is over to your right fingertips. Again, thanking your body for working so hard. Allowing your body to stretch into these different positions. Giving yourself that recovery you need after those movements we just did. Bringing that right knee down just a little bit farther. And then hugging both knees up. Other side, left ankle crosses. That right knee. Reach around the back side of that right leg. Push out against that left knee with your left elbow. Ankle rotations on that right foot. And again, deepening that stretch, pull in and push out a little bit more. And keeping that left knee hugged up, let that right leg fall to the floor. And bringing that left knee up and out, little hip opener. And then trading that hand, right hand on the left hip, or left knee rather. Brings it over to the right side of your body. Left arm extended out to the left. Your gaze is over to your left fingertips. Apparently it's dog stretching time too. And coming out of that, both knees hugged up. Let's rock up to a seated position. Big extension, arms to the ceiling, legs nice and long. You're gonna forward fold, nose to knees. Nose to your knees while your hands are reaching towards your ankles, towards your toes, towards your mid-calves, wherever they're landing. That's where you are today. We'll continue to stretch, roll up nice and slow, big shoulder rolls back. Thank you guys so much. Stay on with me, you guys, if you have any questions or need more stretching. Recording people, keep doing that ladder if you have time. Talk to you soon. See you all soon. Bye.